Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a Kentucky nonprofit is struggling to move forward after having to suddenly relocate. And soon Perry County will be participating in the Week of the Child.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. The time is 6 a.m. on Monday, April 1st. Now let's check in with meteorologist Mace Michaels for a look at your forecast this morning.
Hey there, Olivia. We are looking at a mostly cloudy sky, but some very warm temperatures to start the day. Moorhead, we're looking at a 66 reading right now. Traffic with no weather problems to talk about at this hour, let alone traffic pretty light. Temperatures in the upper 60s to around 70 degrees. Look at all of the warm readings in the area. Only a couple of 50s on the map. Grundy, Wise, and also Ashland. It is a warm beginning of the day. It's going to feel more like summer in some ways than it will like spring. A mostly cloudy sky streaming into the area right now as clouds really are moving through. Some showers to our north. We'll stay to our north for now, but we'll watch for more storms to develop out to our west today. And some of those, at least best chances, move through northern Kentucky later on this afternoon and tonight. Jackson, Pikeville northward, you are under flood watches for the potential of heavy rain right through tomorrow night, and you could have a stronger thunderstorm as well. There's a slight risk for severe weather, a marginal risk here in the areas in green. That includes pretty much the rest of the viewing area. Everybody has a potential to see a strong storm for tomorrow, a slight to enhanced risk, a little better shot the further west you go to see a stronger storm, generally hazard westward into the central sections and western sections of the state. Get you out the door, though, this morning. No weather problems for us at all. From the 60s this morning to the upper 70s for this afternoon, with a few storms developing later on. Full forecast is coming up, Olivia.
All right, Mace, thank you. One person is dead after a shooting near the Perry-Knott County line. Deputies with the Perry County Sheriff's Office received a call on Saturday evening. The man was identified by the Perry County Coroner's Office as 38-year-old Samuel Joseph Smith. He was taken to Hazard ARH where he died. Officials are searching for two men they report left the scene on a blue ATV headed into Knott County. In Harlan County, Kentucky State Police is investigating after a body was found in Cumberland. The body of a man was found behind the Rebecca Cottle Public Library on Sunday morning. Troopers do not suspect foul play or that the body was there for a long time. The man's name has not been released, but he was taken to the state medical examiner's office for an autopsy. One pedestrian is dead after a juvenile lost control of their car in Estill County. The man was identified as 34-year-old Christopher Lee Master of Irvin. He was taken to the University of Kentucky Albert B. Chandler Hospital, where he was pronounced dead by the Fayette County coroner. Kentucky State Police continues to investigate the incident. A nonprofit serving the homeless population is hitting a roadblock. The group Help the Homeless in Somerset was planning to move its operations into a church downtown. They made a verbal agreement to lease the property. They say they worked hard on renovating it. When the new owners stopped by to show the property, they felt like the rug was pulled out from under them.
I don't know how something like this could happen when it was so public that we were moving here. The entire community knew.
Astonishing, just devastating, but I'll never lose hope, and something will happen, something good will happen.
The new owner says the group did not have a written agreement with the old owner. The group's founder says they are especially concerned with new legislation that would criminalize homeless camping. She says there are no shelters in Pulaski County, so they're still looking for a new building. Officials in Perry County have declared the Week of the Young Child in April. WYMT's RJ Johnson shares what officials are planning to do with the event.
Each year, the National Early Childhood Association designates 1 week in April as the Week of the Young Child. Officials in the city of Hazard and Perry County are declaring that week as April 6th through the 12th. Community Impact Lead Coordinator Kim Hoskins says they are focusing on kids in preschool and kindergarten.
What our focus primarily is today is to raise awareness for the fact that we have limited spaces in our child care centers, limited early childhood facilities in general. So we are hoping and pleading that we can get more state funding.
Saying it's important to lead the next generation into the right direction.
They are our future. And if they don't come in with a good foundation, they're going to be lost from the get-go.
Save the Children Community Impact Lead Coordinator Christy Minks says kids can be impacted by not attending any form of preschool.
So when you start not until kindergarten, you're already behind. So we're just wanting to bring awareness to early childhood altogether.
Hoskins says they'll be in different schools working with students in several ways.
Well, we're hoping that this week will be a fun week for the children, most of all, because sometimes that's the only entertainment they have. We have supplied all of the schools, K through kindergarten and preschool, with the materials that they can utilize for those activities, so it doesn't put extra stress on the teachers. And our ECCs are going to be having a play and learn group.
Kicking things off for the Week of the Young Child. In Hazard, RJ Johnson, WYMT Mountain News.
Hoskins says they are also spreading awareness and speaking for teacher pay to be increased. After 2 years of keeping it in storage, the life-size checkerboard is back in downtown Corbin. WYMT's Jack Demlers has more from the latest Corbin tourism attraction.
For the first time in 2 years, chess fanatics in Corbin can hear this sound. Back in the spring of 2020, Corbin Tourism and Convention Commission first brought out a life-size chessboard for people to play, an attraction that tourism director Maggie Mulholland says was unique.
And we thought that the life-size pieces were just so ultra cool, and you know, we wanted to give people it's something different.
But as the new farmers market was being built, the chess set went away as they searched for a new location to play.
People missed it. They noticed that it was gone and there were questions.
When looking for a new location for the life-size chess set, Mulholland said the security aspect of Colonel's Alley played a major factor, making it difficult for somebody to steal one of the pieces and get away with it.
There are high-powered, brand new camera systems in this alleyway that will make it super easy for us to pull footage, you know, should someone decide they want to walk off.
The return of the chess set, now located right next to Sanders Park, brought back a lot of excitement for players like Michael Harris.
I was actually very stunned because I've played chess the majority of my life since like 9 years old, so I saw it and I'd never seen anything this capacity. I've had several chess sets, but this is just amazing.
Giving him the chance to play on a larger scale, close to home.
I'd never imagined that something this amazing and this huge was so close to home.
Bringing back a fan favorite and the heart of downtown. In Corbin, Jack Demler, WYMT Mountain News.
Mulholland says the chess set is seasonal and will go back into storage during the winter months. The Aviation Heritage Park Museum in Bowling Green rolled out its most recent expansion, the Thunderbird exhibit. The Thunderbirds are an elite United States Air Force demonstration team that originated in 1953. This exhibit showcases the 1977 to 78 USAF Air Demonstration Team led by Brig General Dan Cherry. Cherry is still close with his Thunderbird team and says several pieces of the exhibit's memorabilia are there because of their selfless donations.
They were so generous and forthcoming with their precious memorabilia, such as their helmets that you see here, their uniforms, their boots. All those things are treasures to all of us who had the privilege to serve.
After making significant progress on the exhibit over the last 6 months, officials at the park say they have no plans of slowing down and are already focusing on the next steps. Nearly a month ago, Louisville fire crews rescued Sydney Thomas from her Cisco truck dangling over the edge of 2nd Street Bridge. Now, while Thomas recovers from the accident, her parents are taking care of her 4-year-old son, Mason, but they're facing some unique difficulties. Mason is autistic and almost entirely nonverbal. And like many 4-year-olds, Mason is full of energy. Because the family lives in a busy neighborhood, they want to be extra cautious to ensure that Mason is safe.
You have to have eyes on him 24/7 because it's not safe. We want him to be able to have a backyard for him to enjoy himself and for us to know that he's safe. And we're not quite there yet. We're working on it, but funds are just pretty tight right now.
The Carvers have set up a GoFundMe page hoping to be able to raise a little money for a fence.
No weather problems this morning, but this afternoon and into tomorrow, there could be some weather issues. That's why we have a first alert weather day. It's a warm beginning to the day, though. Feels more like summer outside with temperatures close to 70 degrees, 68 here at Hazard and mostly cloudy. And it is 70 right now in Harlan. Most areas in the upper 60s to mid 60s. What a warm beginning to the day. It is mostly cloudy over most of the state. It's going to stay pretty cloudy today. We'll see some dim sunshine at times. Holes in the clouds may give you some sun. That's what will help to push those temperatures into the upper 70s. But a lot of showers and storms to our north. Developing low back to our west. We'll start to rev up some storms for later this afternoon and tonight. Flood watches in our northern tier counties, north of Jackson and Pikeville. Those start tonight through Tuesday night as some stronger storms may move through. There is a slight risk for severe weather in those same areas with a marginal risk across the rest of our viewing region and a slight to enhanced risk for severe weather into tomorrow. Large hail, damaging wind gusts, and heavy rainfall are probably the biggest concern, but we'll have to also watch out for isolated tornadoes. Here's the forecast, though, for today. It will be warm, that chance of thunderstorms for later this afternoon, and high temperatures in the upper 70s, Olivia.
Thank you, Mace, and thanks for joining Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. Coming up, AT&T had one of its biggest data breaches ever, jeopardizing millions of customers.